cops for selling me clothes, tuppence for selling me blanket. If ever I list for the soldier again, devil shall be me sergeant.
Right, afternoon ladies and gentlemen. Had a fantastic weekend. 2 nighter over Martin's place, cracking company, and then on the Sunday we packed up early and went to the Malden Chili Fair, which I'm going to describe as like a mini bushcraft show, which is down here in the south. £9 to get in for the day, absolutely fantastic, loved it, loads of stalls there. One in particular, the Bushcraft Journal, run by a guy named Danny Reed. And I've got to say up front there, until I've met somebody anyway, I don't know Danny particularly well. Commented on the jacket a few days before because he said he'd probably, hopefully have the prototypes up there. Got there, me, Mighty Cuff and David Friars walking about, and we've gone to Danny's stall there. Very, very interested in having a look at this jacket. Obviously Danny doesn't know I'm sort of doing this, but I'm just doing this as a heads up. One thing I will say, I'll put my head up above the parapet and say is I know what makes a good jacket and what doesn't. I particularly like the smock design. Some people will know it as an old Cornish smock, the fisherman's smock, or a Kerbit smock. You know, I won't bore you with the details because most people won't know the history of like clothing, and especially stuff that's been modified or used by the military. Loved it when I first saw the pictures. It comes in olive green here and beige, and let's just say here I have paid full price for this. I'm going to do a little show and tell there. I paid full price. David Fries, who's well knows his kit, and Mighty Cuff is legendary with his kit. Boff, I'll keep your attention quite quickly. 35 quid for a jacket, you're having a laugh, mate. What I will say about this as well is something I've been after for a little while, and guess what? I can't find it anywhere. Here we have a short smock, okay, kangaroo style with the kangaroo pockets, 2 inside pockets here. Okay, it's made out of polycotton, and it comes with a, you know, obviously a waterproof sort of treatment to it. Obviously, the more you wash it, the more that's going to wash out. But if you want to do it, teak wax it and all that. But I'm just here to talk about a jacket that costs 35 quid. I think they're a little bit underpriced. However, for what you get, what I will say, and I said to Danny at the time, there is a little bit of video of me and Danny having a chat, which I'll tag on to the end of this. I just bought a jacket here for less than people are selling a bushcraft shirt for. That company has 3 numbers. To say I'm overwhelmed to get a jacket like this of this quality and this material for 35 quid is unreal. Danny has asked for any positive feedback, and there was a couple of things we picked up on straight away. And he is going to do, he's all aware of this, it comes down to there, he's going to put a little, what I call a little beaver tail, yeah, on the back there, a little tail, so when you're bending over, you're not going to get it here. And also the jacket hood, just going to make it a little bit bigger. And before I stick this hood up and it looks a little bit small, I will actually say I have got a massive head and a massive neck, and it still fits me there anyway, but it's just going to get it dropped down about 1 inch, so that's all coming through on the design. Now I'll start from the top. The hood, there's no problems with that whatsoever. We've got 2 jaw cord buckles on it, and these are robust ones, and by robust means I mean a fully grown man can stand on it and it won't break, okay? There's 2 of them down the bottom, and they cinch in from either side, so it's not skimping on the actual fixings or the materials here either, and that can cinch all the way in. We've got a Velcro closure here. Now some people may like a zip on it, but what I always find with a zip, when it gets up to about there and you start doing this, the zip just comes down anyway and becomes annoying. And when you want to do it all the way up, the middle part of the YKK zipper starts digging in your neck, and I don't like that at all, and it's not here. It's got some really, really robust Velcro here, and it does all the way up. And the annoying bit that will annoy your skin is on the outside, so that's never going to be touching your skin, it's always on the inside, and I really, really like that. That is the dog's what's it, okay? It's kept it, keep it simple, keep it stupid, and the design will work. We've got a kangaroo pocket, and this is just not a piece of material sewn onto the front of the jacket. It's very large, there we go, down there, so that's at least a depth of my hand, so that's what, 8-inch depth there without getting a ruler out, don't need to, fully across the jacket. Okay, there's a couple of points that I'll just bring up because Danny's asked me to do as per feedback on that, but I'll pull the jacket up to just show you. That's a fully independent pocket. Okay, it's not just cheaply, you know, where they just sew one piece of material on. And as we go down, it's got a hand warmer pockets, and you can stick your hand all the way through. It's like a tube. One thing I'll tell you what's impressive about this is the pocket. See there, if it was sewn along there, Danny, and you've got this right, mate, all your items in there can possibly fall out there, mate, okay? But this pocket doesn't. This pocket goes all the way down to the bottom of the jacket and all the way across. Okay, gents, so that's where it goes. So when you've got your rather expensive items, and I did have a knife in my pocket, but there you go, and you've got stuff that's in your pockets, when it's in, it's now dropped down, and that lighter is at the bottom. Okay, it's never going to come out when you go, you know, you're lying down on your sides or bending over and so forth. So that pocket goes all the way down to the bottom, all the way round. Draw cords at the bottom. Don't need one round the top. And as we can see, it's a cracking little design. Tough material. I'm going to take some pictures of it close up with the details of it. To say I got a jacket for £35 like this, was I happy? Well, yeah, I was. So was David, and so was Martin. We both sort of got a good idea about the kit and bushcrafting kit. Very robust material, mate. One stop off cotton. Sorry, I mean one stop off canvas. This protected me from the mozzies on the day, and obviously when it did rain, the shirt I was wearing underneath never at any time become wet. I know you're not selling it as a waterproof jacket, mate, but the sort of water repellency treatment they're giving it certainly does work, and I can attest to that because it lashed it down in the afternoon, sadly, because that made everybody leave, so the vendors probably didn't do a lot of business, which isn't good. But Danny, you've asked for a little bit of feedback on it, mate, and I am totally nitpicking here, mate. Marty Cuff said to me, oh, I can't wait till I see some Mac tight wad mods on that. I looked at him on a smile, and yeah, there's nothing, mate, no. There's only two things, and this is truly nitpicking, mate. You see this bit of Velcro here? I would make it twice the size, mate, so it came from there to there, okay? And that's it, so it gives you a bit more Velcro, mate, okay? And on the sleeves, this is it. You get this on a normal jacket. I'm not knocking this jacket, I'm just saying you asked for hardcore improvements that you can put into the next production batch. That bit of Velcro there, mate, needs to be as long as your tab, okay? So just to give you a bit more purchase, that's all. There's nothing wrong with this, ain't going nowhere. I'm just trying, over years, and this jacket is built to last, mate. I just think that for I want a little bit of more Velcro there and there, mate. That's the only suggestions I can find on a jacket. And if before anybody thinks, oh, this or that, if that's all I can find that I would put right with a jacket, or I would slightly want put differently, then you know, you're going good from a design point anyway, mate. And as we know, you're just going to put a little bit of a beaver tail on the bottom there. That's a cracking jacket, mate, and for 35 quid you're having a laugh, ain't you? Really happy to have got this, mate. Like I said, I don't mind doing a review of it, because everybody else that's watching it, I'm not getting nothing back from Danny, apart from he's a guy starting up in business, he's here in the UK, he's got a bloody good product at a good price. What more could you want? So, I mean, that's about it really. I can't think of anything else that I would mod or change on the on the jacket. A little bit of Velcro here and there, and I'm really happy to have had this, mate. 35 quid. Do I need this jacket? Do I need more jackets? No, but no way I was going to walk past this, mate. Like I said, they come in like green and olive. Green and beige. Marty Cuff had the beige one, mate, and I just found, you know, as we talked about, mate, the beige one was just a slightly thinner material, mate, but not in any great way, if that makes sense. Both jackets, both designs, this and the beige one, exactly the same, and absolutely fantastic, mate. And as you said then, we talked about, if this goes well, the next thing you're going to do is start on the trousers, mate. And obviously we talked about trousers, I won't bore everybody else with them, but you know, it's nice to have the pocket there and not near the knee, and the fedora around the sides. If you want to sort of talk about that, mate, at any time, then obviously you know how to find me on Facebook or YouTube, mate. And also when you do the trousers, mate, didn't have time to sort of talk about it yesterday, but here it is. I mean, as far as I know, this isn't patterned in any way. I sort of make this belt, but a belt for your trousers, if you're going to go on to do them, mate, is this Velcro belt. Doesn't cost much to manufacture. Bloody good belt, mate. Works. Doesn't have a buckle on it to dig in you, mate. Won't be add a lot to the trousers, mate. That if you decide to go ahead and do the trousers to, you know, make a matching suit, which I think, and you know, as you said, may well be in the pipeline. I think they'll sell well, because what we don't have here in the UK is one, jackets like this of this design and quality, and two, a decent, you know, common man bushcrafting type trousers that, you know, people, you know, everyday people can afford, mate. You know, unless you start paying for the big names and the big money, mate. You know, I've made a few of them belts for people, and there's one guy, Lee, he's hanging himself up on a carabiner, and he's hanging full body weight from the belt, mate. Yeah. So I think that belt, you know, if you like the idea of that, mate, I'll drop a link into the original video where I make this, and then perhaps the one where Lee tests it. I think that'd be a good idea as an addition to your trousers, should you do them, mate. And I hope you do, because I'll tell you what, if they're anything like this jacket, mate, and you know, that price range, that's not going to be stupid, I'm up for a pair, mate. And as you know, I actually make and mod my own trousers. So cheers, Danny. And again, you don't know I'm doing this, but the reason I'm doing it, and that's for everybody else, I've paid for this jacket up front, proper money. Am I impressed with it? Bloody hell I am, yeah. Alright, ladies and gents, cheers, and I hope, you know, that's been of interest to you. So thanks a lot, ladies and gents.
Nice.
Where am I going?
Right, I'll
No problem.
It's coming now, it's telling
Are you the lady I come to talk to?
yeah. I was just chatting to about his magazine.
So just a quick
Yeah.
question, mate. Sorry, the next lot of jackets you've you've had a run of them today, so when they're going to be in the UK then, or you got more, you got a big stock, or what?
Well, I can get these on 3-4 days notice. All I have to do is place an order.
For X amount, yeah, so supply's going to be no problem. That was my only one question and that. And obviously I can't film somebody else, but is he one of your lads?
Sam, do you want to come here and just have a film?
Oh, Sam, yeah, no, just a quick, I'll do a proper review of it. In fact, if I have you out in the light, then we can actually, just want to show, these are the green jackets, and it's a cracking bit of kit. I love that design. I think I had a few of them, and yeah, no, cheers, mate. No, I appreciate you doing that as it goes. I mean, the only thing he's going to do, you're going to put a little like tail at the bottom.
Yeah, we're gonna add it as an addition. We're going to do a drop-down tail. We're going to increase the hood just slightly,
An inch.
bit more.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic, mate. I was well happy to get that, and I do know my jackets as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
So as I've just said there, and that's just speak plainly, I just got a really tough jacket for less than people are selling a shirt. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That just speaks in English, doesn't it? No, no, worries, mate.